Hi guys, it's Steph from Sent from Heaven. Today I'm going to be doing something completely different. Something that I have never ever done before, which is I'm going to be making an emulsified body butter. So I've done probably a good 6 months of research before I decided to jump into this. I am using a recipe from Humblebee and Me that she's on YouTube. So I think it's probably just time to jump in. So here I have a 500ml beaker because I am going to have to put this in a double broiler. I wanted some glass stuff just because I know it generally holds up better and holds warmth better. So what we've got is a few different little bits and pieces. So this here is distilled water, and I've got some vegetable glycerine. I have here some emulsifying wax because otherwise the oil and water wouldn't mix together. I have here ceteryl alcohol. I did try to get cetyl alcohol, but it was really difficult for me to get it where I am, and it was going to cost me about $50 just in postage to get, 100 grams of it. So unfortunately I had to go for ceteryl alcohol. It should still turn out okay. From what I've read, it might just be a bit thicker than just the cetyl alcohol. I have here some mango butter. And then in this teeny tiny little beaker here, I have liquid germal plus and also a teeny tiny little amount of fragrance oil. And I have here one that I've never had before, cucumber and aloe fragrance oil from Aussie Soap Supplies. So I'm hoping that one goes well. It smells really fresh, but I don't know what it's going to smell like in the body butter, so hopefully it's good. So from everything that I've read, this one here goes off the side. We're not using that one yet. My water here and my glycerine. So the glycerine goes into the water. That is my dog barking. I'm very, very sorry. Okay. So our vegetable glycerin is in our water. I have a little tiny bit of water here just to replace anything that I lose in the heating process, because I need to have something that's going to be warm to mix in there. So I'm just going to give that a little bit of a stir up. Okay, now, so I am also going to put, did I say what this one is? This one's apricot kernel oil. I don't know if I told you that. So I'm going to put all of my my harder ingredients into this bigger beaker. Okay, so we're going to put our mango butter in there as well, along with our emulsifying wax. And our ceteryl alcohol. Okay, so now that we've got these two ready with all of our ingredients, we are going to go over to my stove top, and we are going to double broil these. Okay, so this is my first time doing anything like this on my stovetop, so I'm going to do my best. So I've turned my hot plate onto low. Well, I would try to, but I've got to turn on the switch first. Okay, so I can turn my light on there. That's very helpful. And now my hot plate's glowing. Okay, so I am going to put these in here. Ooh, hold on. And I don't know. Yeah. I couldn't remember for a second. I think I have to cover that one as well. But the main one, I don't actually, no, I won't. I need to definitely cover my water because I don't want my water to lose too much of its contents. I do remember now, I have to weigh this water inside the jar so that when it evaporates out, I know how much I've lost. $117.55. Okay, so I'm going to put that one in there, and I'm going to cover this one up as well, although this one's not really as important because it's spare water anyway. Okay, so I am going to be leaving this. I will be checking back on it every now and then, but I will speed this up for you guys so you don't have to suffer through an incredibly long video of waiting for stuff to melt. I'll turn it around this way because both me and you will be able to see it better that way. Hopefully. Okay, well, I will see you soon. Okay, so we're back on the bench. I am just taking off the caps for the water. Now, just see where we're at. $117.05. So we just need to bring that back up to 55. There we are. Maybe not. There. Okay, so I'm just going to put that water off the side there. I'm going to keep this water here. Okay, so I have a little blender here with one whisk. I know that I should have an immersion blender, however, with such a small amount, I can't use my current blender because it wouldn't fully immerse, so I will get a new one, I swear, eventually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this water here into that mixture, and she says to blend it for about 30 seconds. Okay. Now, I know that because I used this type of blender, my mixture here is going to be full of air. Now, I don't expect the first time I make this to be perfect. And see the little layer of bubbles on top? That's all because I used this blender. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the best that I can to try and tap out the bubbles on the side of my container here, and we're pretty much just going to be mixing this by hand until it comes down to a decent temperature. It probably will take a while. What I'm wanting and what she said to look out for is hard little lumps to start coming up on the spatula when mixing by hand. So we don't want it to go completely hard, but we do want it to start to firm up a little bit. Okay, so it's starting to thicken up really nicely now. So it's more of like a, right now, like a lotiony sort of consistency. And I'll just... It's 37.5 degrees. 37.5 degrees. So that is low enough that I can now put in my preservative. So what she said to do, actually, I might just wait until it's a bit thicker because it is still really quite liquidy. Oh, but maybe that's better. Yeah, okay, all right, I'll do it now. So what she said to do was to pour off a little bit of the product, of the body butter, and then mix it in with your preservative. So I sort of wanted to do it while it was a little bit thicker than this, but now I'm thinking that maybe while it's still quite liquidy, that might be better. So I'm going to just pour off a little bit into this jar. So because I've got liquid germal, this cannot be used on anything above 60 degrees. So that's why I was checking the temperature. So I'm just going to pour that off there, and I might see if I can get any more of it. Okay. So we're just incorporating it into that little batch, and then we're going to pour that whole batch into this bigger container, and that should help us incorporate it easier and better, more uniform. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to leave this for a little bit longer and come back and check on it and see how it goes. Okay, so it hasn't really started coming up in clumps yet, but I'm sort of thinking I might need to put it with the blender a little bit. So I'm going to grab my little blender here and just give it a few little pulses. Okay, so it's about 30 degrees now. So it's about 30 degrees now, and it's still quite liquidy. I am going to leave it for a little bit longer. I'm hoping that it's going to thicken up a bit, and I may have to go back to the drawing board a little bit to figure out why it's so thin, because it's not meant to be this thin. And I know I measured everything 100%, don't know what's happening, so I'll just have to wait a little bit longer. Hopefully it thickens up a bit for me. Okay, so it's really, really thin. It's probably more like a lotion at the moment. I'm gonna put it in a little jar. I'll see how it feels tomorrow, but it may just be that it's not the right formulation for our climate. I might need to add some more emulsifier or maybe some more ceteryl alcohol just to get it that little bit thicker. I'll give it another go, but I do think I might need to add something to it to go with our climate probably a little bit better. But that's all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will just show you that it's rubs on beautifully. Like, it's an amazing, I think it's going to be a really good moisturizer, but at the moment, yeah, more of a lotion than a body butter at the moment. But see that on there on the rim, that's where I want it to be. I don't know why that little bit is thick and the rest of it's not. Maybe it needs more time to sit. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.